JD talking sports. I guess you all saw that the Mets are rained out and they will play instead on Friday at what time are they playing on Friday? Yes, 1:40. It's funny. I saw my old doctor today when I was training over in his building on the west side, and he was going. And unless it rains, and now it's no game, so Mets will play on Friday. Mitchell Robinson reportedly playing tonight, missing the last 51 games. Is that what they said he's missed? Or the last 50? They've been 31 and 19 in his absence. I was talking, I put a picture up in honor of HTJ today because he was talking very passionately about his man, Mitchell Robinson. Josh said, call me crazy. The offense takes a hit when he's on the floor. Good afternoon there, Josh, company of Jace. But he's such a phenomenal defender. Yeah, okay. Well, he's not really the offensive guy. And HTJ Rob said, I listened on a podcast, talked about how he's never played with at least three good shooters around him. If they play Robinson with McBride, Devontae, Brunson, Burks, or Bojan, defenses can't clog the paint. So he may get more runs at the basket on pick and rolls to score. Also, with shooters like that, defenses can't pack the paint, making him an even more dominant offensive rebounder. He's also already the best in the league at it. If he gets hurt, he said. But while he's still here, his offensive rebounding is elite, and so is his defense. Dominated the inside against the Cavs last year. So they'll probably divide the minutes. You also have 18 fouls to give up with him and Hardenstein and Precious in that front. He thinks they'll make the second round. I said, you still need OG and Randall back. He also sent me something from the Strickland ranking among starting centers at or greater than 20 minutes a game. First in total offensive rebounds, first in total steals, tied in first in offensive rebound percentage. So he gets the first in total offensive rebounds, but he's tied for first in offensive rebound percentage. Okay. Eighth in total rebounds, sixth in rebound percentage, 95th percentile in defensive EPM, which is what is D? So I was looking up DEPM NBA. Okay, that means estimated plus minus. Okay. So that means, basically a player's contribution to the team in points per 100 possessions for individual. So he's in the 95th percentile, which means he, when he's on the court, that's a better thing than when he's off the court. Hey, he's coming back from a lot of injuries. They are 43 and 28. They were 12 and 9 when he got injured. They've been 31. Well, actually, 43 and 28. Yeah. So he's missed 50 games. Hardenstein's played very well. 8 points, 10 rebounds per game, and 39 starts in his absence. You're not going to have, and they're going against an 11-loss Toronto team. No Barrett, no Quickly. They're depleted, as Rob said, depleted. And I said, okay, yes, they are depleted, my friend. They are depleted. And at the time when Robinson got hurt, he was leading the NBA with 5.3 offensive rebounds per game, and his 10.3 rebounds per game overall represented a career high. Yeah. Hardenstein is now the better. Well, he's not the better center. He's been playing longer. He's been playing 39. I don't know if he's the better center. He's the healthier center. And he's dealing with Achilles tendonitis. Right. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you're not going to, he's starting because that's what's going on right now. I mean, Robinson's going to come in. I figure he'll play between 10 and 20 minutes. And you got 10 games left the regular season. They're 2.5 behind the Bucks, who lost to the Lakers yesterday with no LeBron. And you had Reeves had a triple double. AD had 34, 23 rebounds. And even with Giannis having a triple double, they still lost, which I'll tell you, they brought in Doc Rivers, and I don't see the improvement. Rob doesn't think they can catch the Bucks at 2, I'm sorry, but they can maybe catch the Cavs at 3. They're a half game back there. They still have to play the Bucks. Like 10 games left in the season. Get everybody goddamn healthy for the playoffs. Let Mitchell Robinson next 10 games get himself in game shape. And, OG, Randall, let them, because when are they coming back, those two guys? I mean, I'd like them back at least a game or 2, 3 games before the playoffs start. Right now, Rob thinks that they'll get to the second round. We'll see. I mean, I hope so, but I'd like a little pressure off of off of Jalen Brunson. And the thing is that this is a team, that you brought in a bunch of new guys. Didi has playoff experience, but not a lot. Precious, Achua, Hardenstein's been on different teams. Yeah, I mean, listen, you got McBride now who's been playing more minutes. Confidence is up. Guys are knowing that they can step in for other guys. I mean, we're going to see what happens. We are going to see what happens, right? Time will tell on that front. Yes. And yeah. So Robinson got a 4-year deal for $60 million, but has missed significant times last 3 seasons. And Hardenstein, 25 better passing option out of the post, 3 assists per game as a starter, including 5 Monday night against Detroit. They have essentially the same defensive rating this season, 107.5 for Hardenstein, 107.9 for Robinson. Yes, and there's Rob. Rob is like the politician. It's an exciting time today. This exciting time right now with the Knicks and the Rangers right now. Just wild and crazy stuff. Just wild and crazy stuff. Just crazy. And Robinson has more offensive rebounds this season than Brook Lopez, Miles Turner, even Mobley, Cat, Wendell Carter Jr., Porzingis, Jaren Jackson Jr., Zach Collins, and he's only played 21 games. Yeah, okay, dude, yeah, he's getting it done. Listen, these are all positive things. They are. And, they got the Raptors. It's a trap game. 11 games, they've lost in a row. So we're going to see what happens on that front with the Raptors. I mean, they should take care of business tonight. They should. We'll see what happens. Time will tell. Yes. And how about the Rangers? What was it? 2-1 going into the third. There were 4 lead changes every time that goddamn went back. So it goes 5-5 in overtime. And 36 seconds into overtime, in overtime hockey, the Rangers improved to 8-1 in the overtime session this season on a goal by Fox, his 15th of the season. Mika got his 24th. I almost said her. Brodzinski had his 6th. Lafreniere had his 21st and 22nd goal. He has 47 points. He had 39 all last season. He has 6 more goals this year, 2 more assists. He's been playing exponentially better than last year. Panarin got 3 assists. He's got 43 goals, 59 assists. He went over 100 points for the season. The Rangers now have 100 points. They lead everybody right now in points for the President's Trophy, which a team has not won. The last time a President's Trophy winner has won was the 2012-2013 Blackhawks. Red Wings have done it multiple times. Out of the 37 years since the President's Trophy has been in existence, 8 teams, 8 out of the 37 have won the cup. That is not good. And it's not that I don't want them to have the most points in the league. I would like it, get home ice throughout the playoffs. I would like that, but I get this goddamn the expectations, and we're 10 years in a row where. Well, we're going to year 11, 10 years in a row. And last year, Boston had the best regular season ever, and it went to shit. I wonder what seed number has won the most times. Well, dude, since you have so much time right now at work, I figured that's something you could look up for me. That'd be a fantastic thing. Let's look that up. I'll give you that. That's your homework assignment there, HTJ. Find out for me the seed that has won the most, because I am kind of curious about that. I mean, it probably for everything. I mean, just because you're the number 1 seed and everything, it's got to be created. The percentage of the number 1 seed winning everything has to not be that high. That's what I think. I don't think it's as high, but big win yesterday. Phenomenal game. Paul, who lives in my client Carol's building, said he could have went last night, but he says, his ulcers, the ulcers would have flared up, and he says, I can't deal with that much stress in my life. He goes, every game, and it's funny, as a Ranger fan, he says that every game, we think we're going to lose. Okay, we're going to come. Okay, good. And it was a great game last night. Michigan came home. We watched the end of the game. Thank you, Saul, for coming on yesterday. That was glorious. We had a wonderful time. Rangers 3 wins in a row, 5 out of the last 6. Lavalette got his 800th career win, which is awesome. Yeah, pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy. Yeah, wow, crazy. And Rangers are going to play tomorrow at the Avalanche, which is never an easy game. But tomorrow night, I think probably 10 o'clock starts the UNC-Alabama game, and I'll be watching that. So maybe I will give the TV to Michigan, or maybe, I figure easier for me to watch on my iPad and I will give her the TV to watch hockey of her Rangers. That's what I figured. Let me be the bigger man. Let me be the bigger man. Yes. Yes. Knicks tonight. Mitchell Robinson back. Exciting times. Supposedly, LeBron vetoed Darvin Ham's strategy, wanted to guard Kawhi Leonard. Thank you, mind of the game. That was a while back. Jed York preparing for Purdy contract extension. A good problem to have, he said. Oh, I did some football and the basketball together. Oh, I saw someone put every team they're going over and under for football. Guys, can we get to the NFL draft and we can stop talking about this over under wins for the? I really want from everybody. I want that. I'll give away a T-shirt, a JD Talkin Sports T-shirt, color of your choice, whoever comes the closest or picks the record for the Mets and their team. I'll give a Mets winner and I'll give a Yankees winner. But I was going to ask everybody who they thought if they could give me their predictions, and the winner gets a JD Talkin Sports T-shirt. And thanks Saul for also subscribe to my YouTube page. Saul did yesterday. Thank you so much, Saul, for that one. But yeah, I kind of want to get everybody's if they could text it to me. Yeah, I was thinking maybe because Josh and Rob are always. I figured they could give me their Mets and Yankees for Rob Mets, Josh Yankees prediction for their season record this year. I'm kind of curious. We'll see what happens. Yes, and there goes HTJ with his jokes. 162-0. Imagine that. Imagine they seriously. Imagine they started out like 60-0, and we were all like, "Holy shit!" Rob was on target for that. Hey, you know what? You know what? Why not? Why not? Why not set the bar higher? I was going through my head today. I said 88 and 74 for that's what I was thinking for the Yankees this year. 88 and 74. The Mets just popped in my head. I said 70 92, but that sounds a little low. So I think I go a little higher, 75 and 87. And we'll see if they do that. Oh, and Rob did the other one. He went the other way, 85 and 77. All right. Well, send it to me and we'll go from there. Even if I just do my little group of guys here, I might just do it with them. And I want to know because it was funny because my buddy Lanker sent me a thing about the Yankees. And interestingly enough, right after he sent that to me this morning, the Yankees traded 18-year-old offensive prospect because prospects are suspects. Just asked Josh about that. John Cruz for utility infielder John Birdie, who last year for Miami, 294, 7 home runs, 33 RBIs, 114 hits. He was supposed to be the Marlins opening day third baseman, and now he is going to be playing with the Yankees. He could be starting at third base instead of Cabrera. We'll see how that goes if that happens. And Lanker sent me opening day roster. He said, what did he say to me? He said, so we have no reserve infielders. That was this morning. That was early. That was 10:30 this morning. We carry 13 pitchers and 3 catchers. What happens if a guy needs a day off from being banged up, not an IL stint? And I was like, shit, 13 pitchers. So I saw that and I was like, okay, well, you need a lot of pitchers. Catchers, Trevino, Wells, and Ben Rortvet. Infielders are Rizzo, Rizzo is on the, is that what it says here? Hitting. Rizzo, Cabrera, Torres, and Volpe. That basically is everybody. So now they got Berti, who's going to be 400 at bats the last 2 years. Judge, Grisham, Soto, Verdugo, and Jahmai Jones. Yes, I did mention that, but thank you for that. And Stanton is the DH, and now you got Berti. And Berti, they said, can play pretty much every position on the diamond. Yes, he can. So I like this pickup. And then he sent me something else today where there's an article in The Athletic. Garrett Cole says the Yankees get injured too much. The team hopes that changes this in 2024. You were saying, Mr. Cole, aren't you on the injured? Yeah, they're every year. And they keep bringing in this new training staff, and it doesn't do jack shit. So we'll see what happens. I like this pickup of Berti. That's a guy who can play, anywhere in the field. He's a contact hitter, 114 hits last year. He's on a 2-year deal he's going to make over 3.6. He's on last year of a 2-year, 5.7 million change deal. Hey, why not? 34 years old, I saw. Hey, let's go for it, right? Let's go. Let's be crazy. Let's be crazy. Yeah, Mavs beat the Kings, so they were playing for the 6th spot. They blew them out by 38. So they're a game up on the Kings for the 6th spot. But, they still have games left. But listen, if you're playing against a team you got to beat, and then you get blown out. Where was that game at? Was that game in? That's what I was trying to find out. Was that game home or away? Mark it down, JD. Mets 85. I got it. Josh did not give me his. I was kind of curious. I got to ask Lenker what he thinks of his. But that's what I was trying to figure out. Where was the Kings game last night? Was it home or away? Kings. They played. Yeah, you can't lose by 38 at home. That's what I thought it was home. You can't lose by 38 at home when you're playing for seeding. That's why I think they're out again. I mean, I feel like this is a team that last year I expected more and then got lost in the first round to Golden State. I feel like they really haven't taken the next step. If anything, I think they're going to be out pretty quickly in the playoffs. I mean, you can't lose games like that. And last night, Austin Reeves had 29, 14, and 10. His second triple-double, 80, 34, 23, 4 blocks, 2 steals. D'Lo had 4 in the first half, 25 in the second, with 5 3-pointers made. Thank you, StatMuse, for that one. Came from 19 down, 128, 124. Bucks, 46 and 26. The Lakers, 40 and 32. No LeBron, who should be getting back. They said he's going to be playing in the next couple days. But I'll tell you, Doc Rivers, man. I can't believe Giannis and those guys and Damian Lillard are like, this shit's going to. Damian Lillard is like, can I play in a fucking finals once? Can I at least get to the finals? And Giannis is like, we're wasting year after year after year. I think they're going to have to look at this situation when the season ends. I know they're going to say, well, come back better. That's like, what they say about Salah. And I just can't believe Doc Rivers is the answer there. I just can't. I mean, no, hell no. And OKC 119-112 over the Pelicans, 50-21. The Pelicans are 44 and 28. Hey, but Zion had 7 assists in the first quarter, 10 for the game, 29 points. CJ McCollum 23, SGA 24, Giddey at 25, and Jalen Williams at 26. 15-21. OKC, man. Now, will they make a rumble in the playoffs? That's what I'm kind of curious about. Well, that's what I'm kind of. I mean, are they going to take it to the next level come playoff time? I mean, we'll see what happens on that front. But shit, man, I'll tell you, they're young, they're hungry, and that's their first 50-win season since the KD, Russ, and Harden days. That's something impressive. Yeah. Exactly, Rob. He wasn't happy last season, Giannis. How much unhappier is going to be this year if they get bumped quick in the playoffs? Totally. Good point. Very good point. And maybe he'll come to the Knicks, and then you'll be like, you'll be nonstop every day. You will be out of fucking control. If they get Giannis here to New York, but then who are you giving up? I mean, I feel like you got to give a lot to get him. Are you giving up McBride? Are you giving up DiVincenzo? I mean, that's the thing. Are you giving up? What are you giving up? Brunson is a no. Is a no. McBride's on a low deal, and then the salaries have to kind of match too. So is Randall gone? I guess Randall's gone. Yeah, if they did, you'd be insufferable. So so Josh says the Yankees 93 wins. I think you're out of your fucking mind. Out of your fucking mind. 93 wins with that pitching staff. Listen. I hope so. I hope so, Josh. I really hope so. Will it happen? I don't know, but I would hope so. We shall see. We shall see. And Malik Neighbors ran between a 4.35 and 4.4 on his pro day. So he's same height, a little lighter than Ayuk, faster 40, better vertical, and they were about the same broad jump. How about Mercer, defensive back? He hit 44, and again, I didn't write his name out. Mercer, defensive back. Reynolds would have to be one of them, possibly in 4 first-round draft picks. Maybe. I think it has to be a lot more than that, Rob. I think it has to be a shitload more than that. Yeah, and I freaking did not write down the Mercer DB vertical jump. Vertical jump. What's his name? Yeah, Tavion McCarthy. 44. That's a hell of a. So they're thinking he's 5'9" defensive back, 4'7", 40. I guess he's the real deal. They're saying he could be. Yeah, I guess he's the guy who they're saying is going to be able to take it to the next level. Like to see what he can do. Yeah, that is a serious vertical. 42 for Neighbors, and this kid did a 44. Jesus Christ. They said he became a more well-known prospect. It's crazy to watch. I mean, how much air he gets. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so I want to ask you this, Rob. What do you think? Dable is weighing play calling next season. Does that ever work out when you have your head coach doing play calling? That's what I was wondering about. Does that work out in the end? Is that become a positive thing? Is that is that a good thing? Because I'm a little concerned about that. $10 today. I bought butter at the supermarket. $10 for a thing of butter. These I can't. I try to get the soy free, and it's plant protein. $10. Yeah, yeah. I agree with you. I feel like you should focus on the team as a whole as opposed to doing that too. So I guess we're going to see what happens on that front. Yeah, I that's what I thought. I felt the same way as you did. Coach Cal is back for Kentucky. God help the country. And Jordan Montgomery gets a 1-year, $25 million deal, a vesting option if he makes 10 starts for $25 million in 2025. So Boris had this offseason Montgomery, Snell, Bellinger, and Matt Chapman. They had a prediction that they make over almost $750 million. Actually, 764. They took in 221, north of 221. What the hell, man? I mean, Boris supposed to get these guys contracts. And Pepperdine transfer Michael Ajayi is going to Gonzaga. First team all WCC, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 47 from three. Louisville targeting Charleston's Pat Kelsey, who just lost in the first round of Bama in the NCAA tournament. 12 years between Charleston and Winston. I guess that's the. And Iowa, West Virginia the other night, 4.9 million. Shattered the record of Iowa's first game against Holy Cross, which was about 3.2 million, which was the largest audience to watch a game before the Final Four. So Caitlin Clark and Ice Cube for his big three. It got out that he's offering Caitlin Clark $5 million to play against this summer. Yeah, why not? Caitlin Clark will fill up every fucking arena. Why not? Why can't she play? Just, let her shoot. I say hell yeah. I think that's a great move on Ice Cube's part. I think it's a fantastic move. I love it. I love that on Ice Cube's part. I think it's just smart. Yeah. Did you see why he's doing it? Yeah, because isn't he having? They're not really doing that well, right? Why? Why is he doing it? Tell me, Podcast Rob. Tell me, HCJ. Tell me. It's like having my assistant without having an assistant. He's always got something. He's typing. Let's see. Is he typing away? My little friend is typing away. I think she might be the next call up. Oh, they're talking about wrestling. He said he doesn't think it's right that women should have to go. Yeah, and I think that's awesome. If that's the reason, that's awesome. What the fuck? Jadeveon Clowney is signing with the Panthers? Why? Why? Oh my God. Oh, and Will Smith just got 10 years, $140 million from the Dodgers locking up the guys. That's a good reason. Dude, look at you. That made sense to me. I was thinking, why? Yeah, all these women don't, and especially now, you can't go play in Israel anymore. Russia's at war, Israel's at war, and they have a lot of overseas basketball over there, especially Russia. They were making serious ass cash over there. And now that's kind of dried up, and the women don't get paid enough over here. Ratings are through the roof. Maybe if they get better TV deals, they can pay these women living wage instead of getting paid $200,000 for a whole goddamn season. Oh, and UFL starts this weekend. United Football League. The Rock is going crazy. He's so excited. Yes, they said McCarthy could go number 2. I don't get it. Wow, Midge Purse has torn. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. Midge Purse has torn it. ACL, will miss Olympics and rest of NWSL season. That sucks. That really sucks. Yeah. Oh, she was playing with Gotham FC. Hey, there he is, Bumbles. Yeah, Bumbles, how you doing? Sending me some more bullshit information about what's happening in the world? Yes, I love when you send me fictitious reports. Yes. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff there. Keep it to sports there, buddy. Keep your conspiracy theories to yourself. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. The fucking lunatic you are. Yes. So Mets postponed. I talked about that. You have basketball tomorrow. You have Sweet 16, which is awesome. Very exciting. UNC better win. Opening day prices. Highest is Cubs at Rangers, Nats at Reds. Oh, yeah. And Montgomery signed with the D-backs. I didn't even say that. Signed with the D-backs, $25 million. And the lower Pirates at Marlins. This is on cheapest seat via TickPick, which doesn't sound good. You say that fast. TickPick.com is the Pirates of Marlins, $13. Brewers at Mets was 32. So Cubs at Rangers highest 285. Nationals at Reds 164. Braves at Phillies 147. And Blue Jays at Rays 98. Cardinals at Dodgers 95. Angels at Orioles 92. And the Yankees at Astros 83. So we are going to see, Michigan wants to go see Barry Manilow. I'm going to see Barry Manilow in concert at Radio City Music Hall, I think April 17th. And we just got tickets for her birthday to see J-Lo. I never go to concerts. So I'm going to see Barry Manilow, and I'm going to see J-Lo. Yeah, that should be interesting. But you know what? She's so excited. I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Now, I found this for Rob. I think I sent it to him. This is from Colorado Buffs women's basketball. During the second half, Colorado point guard and team leader Jalen Sherrod recognized she wasn't playing as well as backup Tamaya Sadler. She yelled at Coach J.R. Payne to get Sadler into the game for her. Sadler finished with 10 points on the second half, 2 assists and a steal. Can you imagine that your better player is saying, you know what? I'm not really getting the job done. So I said, this is the kind of player that Rob would like. And she's like, put in my backup. And she came and they got the win. And yeah, Colorado is playing shit. Oh, they're playing USC. Is that right? Colorado, I think they're playing women's basketball. They are playing, Iowa, Saturday in the Sweet 16. Good basketball team. Good women's team is damn good. Harry, can't smile without you, babe. Is that a song? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. I mean, if it's a song, then yeah, hell, very funny. You're adorable. You are just adorable. Yes, I saw that, and I thought that was pretty cool, so I wanted to talk about that. Oh, Ryan Elvin for Houston at a clutch free throw against Texas A&M. They said, anything change? Got a lot of texts, calls, and stuff, but I stayed the same. Thank you, Jason Bristol, for that one. How about 1994? Last time USC women's basketball reached the second weekend, Sweet 16. Lisa Leslie won the Jersey Mike's Naismith Women's College Player of the Year Award. Could Juju Watkins be next? I don't think she's going to get over Caitlin. We shall see. Did you see, this is from Sarah Lang. I love Sarah Lang. She goes, she loves baseball. Baseball's the best. Freddie Freeman's son, Charlie, was all smiles after his dad home run yesterday against the Angels. He was like, oh, like, it was pretty cool. Tar Heels, 8th time in the West region. Good luck. They got to get, come on, you have to get that win. And this is about the honest question. When every team is healthy, is there a coach that makes better in-game playoff adjustments than Michael Malone? Right now, I would think I would take the Heat coach, whose name, Jesus, I'm escaping me right now. I would take him over Malone. I mean, yeah, I think Malone's a very good coach, but do I swipe it? Do I agree with you about that and that? No, I don't know if I'm not 100% sure if I agree with you, but I think he's a very good coach. And Nathan McKinnon for the Avs, which his point streak to 19 games. He improved his 2023-24 totals to 45, 78, 123, his third highest single season total in franchise history. Third highest behind Peter Stastny, 139 and 81, 82, and 124 and 82, 83. So I'm going to assume that he's going to pass that going forward. The only players in NBA history with at least 2,600 steals: Chris Paul, Jason Kidd, and John Stockton. John Stockton had 3,265. He had almost 700 more than Kidd. And Kidd is, 665 behind Stockton. Stockton was a hell of a player, man. Thank you, Clutch Sports. Got my trivia question for today. Watch a Ranger game. Maybe you'll get it. Panarin going into last 35 points, last 20 games. 12 goals, 23 assists. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, 32 points. That was his first of the season. I'm sorry. 34 points in the last 19 games. 12 goals, 22 assists. That's amazing. Career high in points. 7th Raider to reach 100 points in a season. First since Yager in 2005, 2006. 3 assists last night. Got it done. Got it done. We love that. Love it. Clippers control their destiny for the 4. They're a game up on the Pelicans. How about Wayne Embry? So there's a Professor Lou Moore that I really like a lot. And he actually has a book out, which I want to read, which I saw, and I don't know if I ever told you guys this. Yeah, he's a book out called We Will Win the Day, Lewis Moore, The Civil Rights Movement, the Black Athlete, and the Quest for Equality. That book I want to read. That's one of the books. And he also wrote The Great Black Hope, Doug Williams, Vince Evans, and the making of the black quarterback. Yeah. So I would like to read both those books. So Lou Moore, and I talk to him all the time on Twitter. I'd like to get him on. I know he does his own podcast, but he just sounds like a really interesting guy, and he always has good points. So he put this up about Wayne Embry. Now Wayne Embry just celebrated his 87th birthday, five-time NBA All-Star, 67-68 champ with 68 NBA champ was the Philadelphia. Is it 1968? Philadelphia. I think it's the Philadelphia. Let me see right here. Sixers, right? NBA Finals was the one that won. Oh wow! So 68 was pitted the Celtics. So Wayne Embry was on the Celtics. I got that wrong. I looked that up. Wayne Embry. So I guess he was on the Celtics, and I thought he was on the Sixers. Wayne Embry played 87 years old. Played 20. That was yesterday. I'm sorry. He was 87 yesterday. He played for Executive of the Year. He played for the Royals 8 years, 2 years, and and 1 year. Yes, so he did win, and he was the first African American in NBA history to be a general manager and team president. Well, so Professor Lou Moore said this is the man responsible for Jordan getting his early rings. As the Cavs GM, he traded Ron Harper for Danny Ferry. Yeah, I would say that was a big one. Yeah, I would say yes. And the Pelicans, interestingly enough, 10-6 this season when Jonas plays 20 minutes or less, but only two of those wins, both against the Clippers, have come against winning teams, and they lost to OKC last night. And the Thunder have now won 36 straight games and taking a 15-point lead, the longest active streak in the league. Thank you, TF, for that one. I want to get him on. He talks a lot about Oklahoma. Talked about Caitlin Clark with Rob coming in with the awesome little piece right there. WNBA Golden State, which isn't even playing until 2025, has received over 5,000 season ticket deposits since the franchise was announced last October. Isn't that amazing? That's blows your mind. That's awesome. And UC San Diego guard Bryce Pope, who's a 6'3" senior, averaged 18 points this past year for UC San Diego, first team All Big West. He has already had interest from Arkansas, LSU, Xavier, Seton Hall, Maryland, Colorado, Cal, Stanford, Vodtech, Nevada, and Dayton. That is a lot of schools. A lot of schools. Yeah, and Bob Huggins is interested in the Louisville job. He's not getting it. Luke, I think Bob, I think he'd be a good announcer. So maybe go and do some basketball, get ESPN, because I like when Boeheim's on. Why don't you go on? I think that'd be kind of cool. Dusty May knows it will take a lot of work to rebuild the Wolverines, but he promised the effort will be fun to watch. I mean, I guess, hey, if they play exciting basketball, then I'm all in for it. I agree. How about Josh Doan? His father, Shane, right? Right, Shane? Well, Josh Doan, he's on the Coyotes, which his dad starred on. Became the first skater in franchise history. He scored his first goal and his second goal last night. I think that's awesome. And yeah, I think that's great. I think that's, they could build now. Let's see if I saw renderings of their new arena. Looks really nice. We'll see what happens on that front, but it looked really cool. And how about this? This is from Ben Verlander. This is awesome. Ronel Blanco and his wife had a baby yesterday. And he left the hospital after being there all day, went to pitch, and was told he made the Astros starting rotation as he walked off the mound. I mean, that's just awesome. Can you imagine that? Just like, hey, I have my baby. Great day. Great day gets better. I told I make the starting rotation for the Astros. Dodgers. How about Alex Karros calling the game and his son Jared strikes out Joe Adell with you making the call? How about your son's playing on the Dodgers and you're making the call and your son pitching for your Dodger team? And Charlie Steiner is going to miss his first opening day since 1976. 3 compound fractures in his back. So he's going on the IL. Oh, and this is great. Ohtani's reps declined to answer which authorities they've contacted to report theft allegations versus former interpreter. Declined to comment. Guys, you could get so far ahead of this if you would, get out there and say what you had to say. But no, nothing. I'm just like, horse shit. Now, this was interesting. This is from Travis Sawchuk. He had this whole thread. He talked about before the offseason, the annual Fangraphs crowdsourcing project, which is usually very accurate, combined for the following forecast for the Snell, Monty, Bellinger, Chapman deals: 20 years, 454 million, 22.7 average a year. They got 9 years, so the average per year was 22.7. They got 9 years for 221, and they got 24.5 million. Agents say they heard a lot about the RSN, that was the regional sports network woes, and club execs said the fallout was going to be an issue back during the winter meetings. The Players Association isn't buying the extent of the issue. Local TV and media accounts for less than 25% of club revenues, so the uncertainty is an issue to some degree. Diamond Sports Group still faces bleak prospects beyond 2024. It's not clear that they will survive. The macro trend of cord cutting and erosion of cable fees dollars is not going away. In short, there was $1 billion less spent on free agents this offseason, 2.8, 3.8 back in 2023. And that's with Ohtani and Yamamoto in the free agent class. That's a 27.5 decrease year over year. So he said MLB revenues grew from 10.8 billion in 2022, 11.6 in 2023, which is 7.4%. Where did they go this year? But, it might stay flattish with the regional sports network payments, no new national TV dollars, etc. So owners are responding to uncertainty beyond this year. And they said another thing was some owners were unwilling to exceed the luxury tax or additional tax tiers and add to their tax bill. The CBA has given the sport a soft cap, and there's no mechanism to force spending among the tier of non-spenders. The middle class of free agency is in a bad place. And it's going younger, with more than 60% of playing time given to pre-arbitration cheap players. And those players are getting better and better thanks to development advances that have trickled down into amateur ball and through the minors and complexes, the complexes, the youth academies, all that stuff. No major sport leans on minimum salaried labor like Major League Baseball. The youth movement and lessening mid-tier free agent market are long-term trends now. But that much of the top of the market struggle to meet expectations this offseason is a new thing. And Boris usually crushes those. An outlier offseason or something new. Yeah. And I don't know what Boris is going to say on that front. You hear all that stuff. They did not get the money they thought they would. What do you say? What do you say? Okay, so yeah, what did he say? Besides, did you see why? Okay, wait, what did he say? Pete Rose had 4,256 hits, and there was only one interpreter short of making the Hall of Fame. Yeah, that one's been beaten. You know what? That's been beaten to death, dude. It's funny, but it's been beaten to death. But cool. Yeah, I'm really, all these guys, nobody picked them up, and Montgomery had a pretty good season, but Blake Snell comes off a Cy Young, and I thought Cody Bellinger was going to get a longer deal. Chapman got what? Basically, it's a 1-year deal. He can opt out after 1 year. Boris, you might have to reevaluate how you're going to do this going forward because, the only guys that got paid really were Yamamoto and the young guys. They're locking up young guys where, Will Smith's going to get 10 years for 140, which means, he has 2 or 3 good years. He's already outplayed that contract. But guys want security. Listen, we talked about Pippen got that deal where he took, 7 years for 19. Pippen contract was terrible. It was atrocious. And Jordan told him not to take that long a deal, but he wanted security. Yeah, so that's the problem. Yeah, I was looking at the Pippen contract. Bulls, yeah, that's what yeah, 4 years, and then he signed a 7-year, $18 million. 7 years, $18 million. Good God. Yeah, played that after 1 year. So that's what I worry about these guys. So, they'll go in next year. Is the money going to change that much at all? They're going to be a year older. Snell and all them. Yeah, Boris, things are changing, baby. Things are changing. And this is from Nick Kroll. I saw this from Charlie Goldsmith. Matt McClain was going to be up for came in and had a very good season last year. 290, second baseman for the Reds, 16 home runs, 50 RBIs. Successful surgery to address cartilage damage and repair his labrum in his left shoulder. Exact timeline is still TBD, as it has a wide range of possibilities. We hope to have him back this season. I would say it's not looking good. My buddy got shoulder surgery, and it takes a good. You can even start rehab for at least a month or two. You can't do anything. I would think they'll be lucky if they have him back for September. Lucky. I don't think that's going to happen. But that's crazy. And if you're betting, the opening day games with totals of 9 or more runs under has gone 61%. Reds, Nationals, Dodgers, Cardinals are at 9. Yeah. And I thought this was interesting. I read this in the I read this Joel Sherman. He said MLB can provide a blueprint on how to handle this about the gambling because there already have been multiple betting scandals in various sports in recent years and is not going to stop. Gambling addictions are voluminous, voluminous, and so are the number of people around teams who have inside information that can be traded to gamblers to say forgive a large debt, which yeah can happen a lot. So vigilance and transparency are vital because ironically the death of sports will come when no one believes in what is taking place to a point at which no one would even want to bet on it. And that's what you have to worry about. That you know what is this what are we watching here? Is this really sport or is this all predetermined? Or these guys betting, the guys getting paid? And you would think with the money they're making that they wouldn't, but it's so easy now to place bets and guys can get in trouble. Guys make bad financial decisions. Women too. I mean, Charles Soups made like $70 million with her Nike deal. She went broke, blew it all, spent it all, and it happens to everybody. A lot of athletes. You watch Broke, the 30 for 30. A lot of athletes make the money, and they said within 5 years of done playing, a lot of players are broke, because they're living the high life, and they're making that money. Well, you know what? If you're making that money, doesn't mean you have to spend that money. My dad always said, can't have 3-4 cars. You only can drive one car at once. But Dion wore an outfit once. Yeah, once. That comes back and doesn't burn you in the ass. No. I mean, we're going to see what happens. I feel like it's getting worse and worse. I mean, we had the White Sox scandal. We had the Pete Rose thing. And now Ohtani isn't answering all questions. Had a prepared statement. Didn't take any questions. I was talking to a guy today saying we all said the same thing. How does he not know about the money disappearing? When did he know? He had to know right away. When there's $100,000 out of your account, I would think you would notice. 50,000, I would notice. I don't care how much money you make. You would see a number that even $10,000, like you have to think, what am I spending $10,000 on? It doesn't make any sense. The people around him, everything. It just, I call bullshit. Oh, and the Pats, they said they might trade down. Bo Nix, no. I said Bodo no Diddley. I said Bo Nix is not your guy. And Michael Pratt, I saw this on the Company of Jace Twitter chat that some crazy throws at his pro day. So Gumbo Chef said, when do you think he's going to be taken in the draft? I said, dude, it's, hopefully. I mean, he'll go. I mean, I think he's more of a second day guy, but, he has a lot of experience. Played on a Tulane team. He's not the most athletic guy. I mean, he's not athletically imposing, I guess I would say. But he can make throws. They said he's a weaker arm. As a backup, listen, when you see what the Jets had last year, I'll take Michael Pratt over all three of them combined. You put the three of them together, and the three of them wouldn't be Michael Pratt. I mean, you have Wilson and Trevor Siemian and the other guy. I can't even remember who the other guy was. I'm trying to block him out of my brain. Yeah, I mean, oh, my God. So, yeah, why not get Pratt? And, develop him and see where he gets a couple years, and maybe he'll be playing some games. And I didn't see this yesterday, but PBM sent this to me. Mike sent this to me. That NFL penalties for roughing a guy like that can be developed over. Yeah. And who knows? Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah, exactly. Totally. Be developed, see what he can do. So I didn't see this yesterday. They are going to do, that roughing the passer, intentional grounding, they were considered judgment calls. This upcoming season, there will be replay challenges for the upcoming season, which I like. Tom Pelissero, for instance, whether a quarterback was hit in the head or a roughing call, if a quarterback was out of the pocket for a throw on an intentional grounding penalty. Yeah, I think every play should be under review. I think all this should be important. I don't see how any of this isn't important to, all this needs to be done. And Cullum sent me something. Yeah, he sent me a reel about Derek Jeter. More hits than Willie Mays. Higher batting average than Hank Aaron. Higher on base percentage than Pete Rose. More gold gloves than Cal Ripken Jr. Most postseason hits of all time. This is from Jeter Yanks. And I went to him. I was like, dude, you a Jeter fan? He's like, yeah. I'm like, and that's what I like about Cullum. He's feisty. But I kind of went, I said to him, well, you know what? That's the problem now. The problem I have now is that's all we keep talking about. Or, I get the Jeter stuff, is that they haven't won anything since 2009. It's like we keep talking about the past, the past, the past. Well, Jeter's not here anymore. And nobody on the team now is a Jeter. I mean, Judge is a very good player, but this is a team that hasn't been to a World Series, hasn't won since 2009, hasn't been to a World Series since 2009, hasn't tasted a World Series since 2009. It's coming off an 82-80 season. And I know they talk about, Todd Frazier was talking about how the ghost of the stadium. Well, the ghosts are getting a little restless. And, Josh says they can win 93 games. My Yankee recaps guy said they can win 100 games this year. I don't see it. I have a lot of problems with this pitching staff. I have a lot of problems with guys. Is Rizzo going to be healthy? Is DJ going to be healthy? What kind of season is Volpe going to have? I feel like there's more. I mean, my buddy Bumble says that Stanton's going to have a monster season. Great. We're going to have a lot of runs. Are we going to be able to keep the other team from scoring? Or is every game going to be 10-9? Is that what we're playing this season? Which is okay for a little while, but come playoff time, bats get cold, you're going to need pitching. And, that's the problem. The bats went very cold in the playoffs. Judge has not been a great playoff. He broke the home run record and then fizzled in the playoffs. I respect the greatness. Totally respect the greatness of Jeter and those teams. And growing up in 96 and going on that run and just like, and being a kid in the 77, 78, and you had superstars. I mean, the team was loaded. And they won 2 champions. Well, they went to 3 in a row. They went to 3. They won 2. Then they went back and they lost to the Dodgers. So they had a run, and then it dried up. Then it came back, and they won 5 with Jeter, right? 5 with Jeter. And maybe we got too greedy, because what do you think? Do you really feel that this is a championship caliber team this year? And I'm really asking, because I don't think so. And I think the pitching couldn't, but okay, this is the way we could look at it too. Did anybody really expect to Didi, to McBride, to Precious Achua was a throw-in, a fucking throw-in. And really, did we really expect OG to come over and then to turn the game to change that much? Did we expect Brunson to take a huge step in his game even this year and losing Randall and everything? So there's a possibility the guy Volpe could step his game up and hit 280 this year, maybe 30 home runs, 80 RBIs, and Glaber's playing for a new contract. I mean, anything is possible. I just don't know. It's a lot to be determined on that front. So, yeah, I mean, the Mets too. You don't know what's going to happen this offseason. I mean, they brought in JD Martinez. Senga's out. Is the polar bear coming back next season? Are they going to go after Soto? Stephen Cohen has all this money, and they brought in the older pitchers. It failed. You got a great reliever in Diaz, who's coming off an injury. There's a lot of what ifs in the local teams in baseball, where we have a Rangers team where we're not sure, are they physical enough come playoff time? That's a question. And moving ahead to football, a lot of people down on Daniel Jones. He's not healthy enough. Well, guys are saying you got to run it with him. Do you draft a quarterback this year? Do you go with the 6th pick? Do you go for a quarterback? Do you go for a wide receiver? Do you go for a lineman? Dable's coming off a season where they underperformed after going to the playoff the year before. Jets, shitty year, 13 years, no playoffs. That could go on and on and on. So going into the next couple months, we're going to see the Knicks' future looks very bright, which is a good thing. Rangers, right now, best team in hockey. So those 2 teams, but everybody else, Yankees, Mets, and I feel like we got to give them like 30, 40 games to see where they're at. And then we're going to see. Now, if the Mets get off to a bad start, their talks are going to go crazy. Do we get rid of Alonso? See what we can get from him right now and pick up some, maybe farm system, whatever, pick some players and go from there. That's something to be determined. Soto, too. If the Yankees go off to a slow start, are they going to get rid of Soto? I mean, they gave up a lot for him, so I have a feeling they won't. But you don't know. I mean, we've never, Yankees sellers at the trade deadline. That's not something you've heard in a long time. And so there's a lot of freaking question marks right now. A lot of question marks. And we're going to see what happens. Yeah, I mean, I never thought I'd say that, but it's the truth. Yeah. Yeah, still on. What is this? What did I miss here? He's yeah. We will shut down Boston like a streaker at the Super Bowl. Yes, I'm still on. What do you think? Of course, I'm still on. Yeah, I guess Mike was wondering. I'm still on. Yes, still on, but not for long. Yeah, Neighbors. What did Neighbors do? Jaden Dano. Oh, hyped after he ran the what 4.35. Yeah, Jaden Daniels I think was 210 pounds. That's another thing. You got four quarterbacks in the draft, and you're just like, you, you know, you got these four quarterbacks, and there's so much pressure on these guys, so much pressure on them, and you're going to put them in too soon. Some of the guys are going to be in way too soon, and I'm very, very nervous. So Joe Milton at his pro day ran a 4.5540 at 245, and he's got a cannon. Now that's a guy. Now also Joe Milton is not a young guy. Joe Milton isn't 21 years old, but still, I think he's 24. Now he's kind of raw. I think, but the guy is freakish abilities. He is 24. Yeah, he just turned 24. Okay, just turned 24. So why not? I take a shot at him. Guy can run. Guy has a cannon for an arm. He had a cannon back when he was at Michigan. That's a guy. You take it. Why not? Take a shot. Take a shot. See what happens. Yeah, we shall see what happens on that front. Yes. Yes, we shall see. All right. Did I miss anything today? Yeah, March Madness. Caitlin Clark. See that. Detroit Tigers minor league mascot named the top 10 in all of baseball. What? The mascot? What? Mascot? That's a story? Your mascot's in the top 10? I guess we're not talking too much fucking baseball. Oh my God. I have to, of course, I have to subscribe to hear that. There actually was an interesting article in The Athletic, and I didn't get to read it yet, but Matt Rempe, they said the background where he came from. Oh yeah, and DJ Burns, he's like a polar bear and a ballerina. He's awesome. I do like him. And he's a big dude. Very big dude. But they had an article about Matt Rempe, which I didn't get to read, which I should have read, but I was like, you know what? I have a therapy appointment coming up, and I was like, I'm running on. I have not been sleeping. I've been staying up. I watched the pilot of this show called Banshee that I remember it was on Cinemax, and now it's on Max, where a guy takes the identity of he gets out of prison, and there's some shady shit going on, and he takes over as the sergeant of a police station in Banshee, Pennsylvania, and it's run by there's a guy who runs everything in town. He's a crime lord, and he used to be Amish. Yeah, so from there you're like, wow. Yeah. So Matt Rempe, there's an article in The Athletic by Peter Baugh that came on a couple hours ago. Rempe. Yeah, they love him. It's in Rempe Mania is in full effect. Yeah, they call it ginormous. Yes, he is quite ginormous. Yeah, fighting. He's very multifaceted. That's what he said. His hockey journey began with his older twin sisters, Allie and Steph. They decided to play hockey when they were 7, and Matt, 4 years younger, followed. Whatever they did, I wanted to do, he said. He laughed, remembering how he got along great with Allie, but always competitive, butted heads with Steph when they were young. Both sisters went on to play collegiate hockey at Brown, and they're still close with their younger brother. Rempe grew up in Calgary and speaks glowingly of his upbringing in Western Canada. They went around the Canada and U.S. on summer trips. His father was a civil engineer. He taught his 3 kids how to play instrument. Matt still plays the guitar. But on February 18, 2018, he was playing for Okanagan Hockey Academy in Penticton, BC. His mom was staying home and walked into the house that day sobbing. Dad died. She told her son Ron had died of a heart attack at 61. He was 15 at the time. He and his mom were on a flight back to Calgary within hours. Ron, who was 6'6", was born in Calgary to German immigrants. He loved arts, collecting paintings and carpets. He spoke English, Spanish, German, and some Cantonese, and almost always wore cowboy hats, no matter if he's wearing jeans or a suit. He always blinged out, he said of his dad. he had a gold cross necklace, now belongs to Matt. He wears it at all times when he's not playing hockey as a reminder of his larger than life father. Matt, who described himself as an average teenage player, poured himself into hockey when he mourned. It was a distraction, which I really fell in love with the game then. He wasn't drafted by the Western Hockey League junior team, but he got an invitation to the Thunderbirds spring camp and signed with the organization, making his major junior debut in 2019. He lived with longtime. He lived with Dee Clem and her family. Yeah, Maddie, who was his sister's age, and bonding with Kyle over their shared appreciation for Harry Potter. Hey, what's up there? Oh, dude. Rempe has read the entire series 6 or 7 times. He identifies as Slytherin. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a good article. So I didn't get to read all of it. All right, you want to come on? Yeah. So I got to read the rest of the article. 6'8", 240. That's a big dude. Okay, you want to come on? All right, guys. I'm gonna go on live with I'm gonna go over to. So give me a sec.